dangerous waters.
All right, now we wanted to have some fun with this. As you know, the Super Bowl is happening in a week, 2 weeks.
Week and a half.
A week and a half on the 2nd of February. The prop bets. People love to bet on the game. Prop bets are so much fun because, well, it's an easy way to make money. I come up with a couple of ideas. Myself and Aaron did. Basically, over/under. How many times they're going to talk about Sherman's rant, Richard Sherman's rant? Probably 10. What is it? 10? I think 10 it would be the over/under.
I actually haven't seen this list, but
all right,
what is there actually an over/under set for that?
Not necessarily.
I don't think they're going to talk about a 10. I think maybe 2 or 3 times.
All right, and what about as you know, recreational marijuana is used in Denver, Colorado, and in Washington State. Both teams are in the Super Bowl. How many times do you think that they're going to reference marijuana? No, not one.
The NFL will steer clear of that at every opportunity.
All right.
Guaranteed.
Okay, how about Marshawn Lynch and Skittles? As you know, he loves Skittles, and because it's been nationally known, fans are now throwing Skittles at the players, not just Marshawn Lynch anymore, when they score touchdowns. First, I guess they'll be brought up if they score any touchdowns, but will they make an issue of it, or will they make it a further, dissect it a little further than
I
usual?
mean, the Skittles thing, I think it might come up maybe once, maybe twice. I mean, if Marshawn Lynch has a big game and he's constantly, the conversation,
right.
If the conversation of the game is constantly revolving around Marshawn Lynch because he's running for 150 yards and 3 touchdowns, then and trying to find things to talk about, they'll probably bring it up a couple of times. But, the game's not going to be played in Seattle, and it's a Super Bowl crowd. So the Super Bowl crowd's usually a very toned down, very corporate crowd.
Very corporate.
I'm not expecting, even if Marshawn Lynch scores 3 touchdowns, I'm not expecting to see a rainstorm of Skittles.
There's some loyal diehard fans that will travel across the world or across the nation to see their team, and I wouldn't doubt it, especially in that lower bowl area by the touchdown area. He's going to jump in. He's going to find a fan. They always show up. Next,
maybe he'll bring his own Skittles.
As you know, the Patriots were sour with Wes Welker's hit. Bill Belichick went out of his way to even say Wes Welker's hit on Aqib Talib was intentional. Tom Brady, following the game, mentioned that he's not even going to watch the Super Bowl, that it's not even in his interest. They're both very sour. That team is sour. Do you think they mentioned Tom Brady not watching the Super Bowl in this game?
It might come up. I mean, first of all, you have to... I think the more interesting thing is, do you believe what Tom Brady says about not watching the Super Bowl?
Oh, well.
And because I don't. Because, I mean, to me, that dude loves the game, and he's a student of the game, and I don't think he's missing this game for the world. Secondly, Belichick. I mean, don't get me wrong. Bill Belichick is one of the greatest coaches of all time. I'm on record as saying that. I don't like the guy personally, and I think he can be very petty, and that's what he's doing with this whole Wes Welker thing. I mean, the guy is obviously butthurt that Wes Welker left him in the lurch, and if you look at it, Wes Welker may be the difference between the Broncos being in the Super Bowl and the Patriots sitting at home.
Perhaps, but again, it was noted that Wes Welker wasn't getting paid as much. We don't really know what's going on, but he went for either more money or a better opportunity.
Well, if you believe Bob Kraft, he took less money or the same amount of money.
So it was like a Ray Allen kind of deal. Where
they had a dicey relationship, and the things that Bill Belichick has come out and said about Welker since him leaving, I think sheds a lot of light. There's not a great relationship there, and it's a shame because. I mean, it's not a shame for the Broncos or for anybody who dislikes the Patriots, but it's a shame for Patriots fans and it's a shame for Tom Brady fans that they broke up what was an amazing tandem, one of the best tandems of all time, over, personal issues.
Losing, not being clutch. All right, and what about
this one? He still
one?
holds that drop in the Super Bowl against him?
That was the opposite of the GOAT. Oof. So what about Papa John's commercials? How many Papa John's commercials are we going to see? As you know, Peyton Manning is an affiliate of Papa John's. He advertises for them. His commercials are going to be on during the Super Bowl. How many, though? How many do you think?
I don't know. Have you looked at the corporate sponsors? Like, who's sponsoring the? I mean, I would say if Papa John's is sponsoring the Super Bowl, I think you got to be looking at what at least 1 or 2 an hour. You got like a 3 or 4 hour game. So
will you be ordering Papa John's?
I am going to try my absolute best to maintain some discipline and stay away from the Papa John's. Actually, right now, I'm scheduled to work, and I'm in the process of trying to get that night off because it would be a damn shame if I had to miss the Super Bowl or record it on DVR because I don't think there's any way I'm going to be able to avoid hearing about the result. But if I'm stuck working at China One, then it might be General Tso's chicken for me.
All right, and lastly, as you know, Warren Buffett's in the news. Warren Buffett's in the news. I mean, he's a brilliant man. Him and Dan Gilbert, owner of the Cavaliers, have decided to offer
another one of my favorite people in the world.
To offer $1 billion to the person that fills out an NCAA bracket correctly for the NCAA tournament. As noted, it's the odds of getting this correct are in the quadrillions, or it's a made-up number. It's ridiculous. Do they mention this during the Super Bowl?
I don't see the relevance. I don't see the... I mean, obviously it's a relevant sports story, but I don't think in the Super Bowl they're going to be making much mention of any other sports. I mean, the NFL is really good about, making their event all about their event.
True. Well, the sister networks, CBS, might be affiliated with ABC and Fox. And
is the game on CBS this year? Or
no,
it
could be on CBS. And if it is on CBS, that's where the NCAA does play. So in this case...
Well, then you'll probably get a promo and maybe one mention if it's on CBS.
All right, one mention. All right, guys, that's it for now. We'll be back with other sports topics. We still need to discuss the WNBA. Nah, I'm kidding. We'll need to discuss the NBA and a little bit of baseball for you. I know you love baseball.
I was all ready to talk about the LA Sparks, too.
All right.
Peace!
High five.